Now, getting a single injection is an unnerving thing for many of us, let alone having dozens of needles jabbed into your body at once. But there is a reason acupuncture has survived more than 5,000 years. Medical researcher Dr. Shaun Holt is here to explain. Morning to you.
Yeah, morning, Pippa.
You know all the information about it.
Yep.
You've never had it done.
That's right.
What does that say?
Well, that says that until recently, I didn't think there was any good evidence that it worked for any conditions, but I think for a few conditions there is some good evidence now.
We'll talk about that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
For people who don't know exactly what acupuncture is, just to explain.
Well, it's putting very fine needles into the skin, and according to traditional Chinese herbal medicine, there are energy lines through the body, and you put the needles in those, the path of those energy lines, and there are 12 main meridians according to this theory. But of course that doesn't fit with traditional Western medicine at all.
No, it's not at all. The needles, because I have had it a few times, they are tiny. They're nothing even compared to a needle you'd use for sewing. That's right,
they're very, very fine, because unlike normal medical needles where you're giving an injection or taking blood, you need a lumen to do that. Well, there's no lumen, so they were about a fifth to a half of a millimetre, very, very small. So, and it's quite painless, having experienced it. So how exactly does it work then? Well, again, we don't know. It's based on Chinese traditional medicine, these energy lines, but until recently no one's ever proven they even existed. However, there was some good research just a couple of months ago that the media missed, and that was for people with dry mouth. And they put the acupuncture needles into the spot that's supposed to treat dry mouth. And not only did they prove increased saliva production, but they could see on MRI scans, on brain scans, they light up that part of the brain as well. Really? So basically, could exist. Western medical research is now looking at these traditional types of medicine. That's right. And finding out what works. So we know that, okay, it works for dry mouth. Well, that's a good thing. What else does it work for? Well, the three main ones are, the first one is nausea and vomiting, so associated with chemotherapy, after surgery or with pregnancy. The second one is pain, certain types of pain, particularly lower back pain, neck pain and headache. And the new one, again, which the media have missed for some reason, which is very exciting, is in vitro fertilisation. A massive study this year, 2,000 women in the UK, and those that had the acupuncture at the same time as the treatment had an increase in success, increasing from 1/5 to 1/3. Wow, that is, I mean, you know medical research, so if you knew someone who was undergoing that process, you would advise them? Strong recommendation, because, I mean, you've nothing really to lose. And imagine that the trauma and, you know, people are desperate for a child. You're going to do anything to increase your odds. That's a huge increase in success. Who knows how it works? I certainly don't know. But based on that great research, I would give it a go. So you say that is great research? Yeah, that is significant. Well, that is interesting. So 2,000 people increase, your chances of fertilisation increases from 1/5 to 1/3. That's right. That is interesting. What are the risks, though? Well, there's not many risks, really. You've got, of course, you're putting needles in people, so you can get about a 1 to 3% chance of some bleeding or bruising or that sort of thing. And that is, pretty small. Very, very... And even if that happened... Sure, that's right. But there's a very, very tiny risk of severe side effects if the needles go in the wrong place or they go too deep. So you've got, you know, there's very rare reports of, you know, collapsed lungs or stroke if it goes in the neck, that sort of thing. Because they're not going in deep either, are they? They shouldn't do. No. But if, you know, an inexperienced practitioner going in the wrong place, but that's very, very rare, so just make sure you go to an experienced practitioner. How do you know that they're an experienced practitioner? There are sort of registers and there are societies, and you can ask for their credentials. And the other side effect, well, it's not a side effect, but the other possible problem is if people turn down traditional medicine and just go with acupuncture. I wouldn't advise that at all. For those conditions we've talked about, by all means try it, but I think in association with your regular medicine. Okay, so if you say you have pain, you said lower back pain, what would you advise someone do then? Go and see your doctor? And your physio, they're particularly good, and Panadol, all that sort of thing. And if you're still struggling after a few months, it's not clear up, by all means give acupuncture a go. That's the sort of thing you give it a go, see if it works for you. Try in conjunction with those other things. Dr. Shaun Holt, thank you very much, and very interesting for anyone out there who is undergoing IVF at the moment. The doctor here says definitely try acupuncture along with it. Indeed, and I'm actually personally extremely disappointed that we haven't had a live demonstration at this point. I mean, well, I know you're tough. You should be disappointed because I was going to use you as the guinea pig. Well, I thought you might just, you know, put it out that you're intrepid. No, it really doesn't hurt. Because the needles are so tiny. I mean, it's a tiny little prick. It's nothing like getting an injection or getting blood taken out or anything like that. I mean, it's nothing like childbirth, Jack. Here we go. I mean, the pain is really insignificant.